You've seen Grease 100 times, but I promise you, you don't actually know this movie. One of the biggest songs almost didn't exist. One cast member was hiding a medical crisis behind every smile. And the role that made an actress a legend, it was almost given to someone else entirely. Grease hit theaters in 1978, a $6 million movie that nobody expected to change pop culture forever. But behind the leather jackets, the love story, and those iconic songs was a production filled with secrets, tragedies, last-minute decisions, and coincidences so strange they sound completely made up. And if you're the kind of person who loves discovering what really goes on behind your favorite films, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video like this one. It genuinely helps this channel more than you know. Today we're counting down 13 facts about Grease that will completely change how you watch this film. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you'll never hear Hopelessly Devoted to You the same way again. We're starting at number 13. Sandy was almost played by Marie Osmond. Marie Osmond was offered the role of Sandy and turned it down because she felt the character's transformation at the end didn't align with her image at the time. Before Olivia Newton-John was cast, producers approached singer and television star Marie Osmond for the role. At the time, Osmond had a wholesome, all-American image, and she was concerned about Sandy's dramatic transformation at the end of the film. Ultimately, she declined the role because she didn't feel comfortable portraying the character's shift into a more rebellious persona. That decision opened the door for Olivia Newton-John, a choice that would ultimately define the film's identity. Number 12. The lyrics to Look at Me, I'm Sandra D were changed because of a real-life tragedy. In the original Broadway stage version of Grease, the song included a reference to actor Sal Mineo. However, Mineo was tragically murdered in 1976, just 2 years before the film adaptation went into production. Out of respect, the filmmakers removed the line and replaced it with a reference to Elvis Presley instead. But here's where the story takes an eerie twist. The slumber party scene, where the song is performed in the film, was shot on August 16, 1977, the exact same day Elvis Presley passed away. A coincidence, but a chilling one nonetheless. Number 11. Annette Charles was enduring intense physical pain while filming one of Grease's biggest scenes. During production of the Thunder Road dance sequence, Charles, who played Cha-Cha DiGregorio, was reportedly suffering from complications related to an ectopic pregnancy. Despite the severe discomfort and medical concerns, she continued filming the physically demanding dance routine. The scene required high-energy choreography, repeated takes, and long hours under hot stage lighting. Audiences saw confidence and charisma on screen, but behind the scenes, she was pushing through significant pain. It's a reminder that sometimes the most memorable movie moments come at a personal cost. Number 10. Frankie Avalon almost backed out of one of Grease's most iconic musical numbers. During the filming of Beauty School Dropout, Avalon had to descend a 3-story staircase, and there was no railing. The problem? He had a serious fear of heights. The scene required him to glide down the staircase smoothly while performing, something that was far more nerve-wracking than it looks on screen. Director Randall Kleiser stepped in to calm his fears by placing mattresses along the staircase, just in case he slipped. The result? One of the most visually memorable sequences in the film, filmed by someone quietly battling vertigo. Number 9. John Travolta was quietly grieving during the filming of Grease. At the time production began, Travolta had recently lost actress Diana Hyland, someone very close to him. Hyland passed away after battling cancer, and Travolta was with her in her final moments. Just weeks later, he stepped onto the set of Grease to play the confident and charismatic Danny Zuko. Audiences saw swagger and charm on screen, but behind the scenes, he was carrying profound personal loss. It's a reminder that sometimes the brightest performances are delivered during the darkest times. Number 8. Grease was originally planned as a much larger franchise. After the massive success of the 1978 film, Paramount Pictures saw enormous potential in expanding the story of Rydell High. The studio reportedly considered several follow-ups, including multiple sequels and even a television series set in the same universe. universe. But those plans quickly changed after the release of Grease 2 in 1982. Unlike the original film, the sequel struggled both critically and at the box office. As a result, Paramount quietly shelved the idea of turning Grease into a long-running franchise. Number 7. Grease became one of the most profitable movie musicals ever made. When production began, the film was made on a surprisingly modest budget of just $6 million. At the time, no one involved could have predicted the cultural explosion that was about to happen. But when Grease hit theaters in 1978, audiences around the world instantly connected with its music, characters, and nostalgic look at teenage life in the 1950s. The film didn't just succeed, it dominated the box office. To date, Grease has earned over $400 million worldwide, turning a small musical adaptation into one of the biggest movie hits of its time. In fact, for many years, it held the title of the highest-grossing movie musical ever made. Number 6. One of Grease's stars eventually became part of Olivia Newton-John's family. Jeff Conaway, who played Danny's tough-talking best friend Kenickie, developed a connection with the Newton-John family after the film's success. Not long after Grease, Conaway married Rona Newton-John, Olivia Newton-John's sister. For a time, that meant the actor who played Kenickie was literally part of the same family as the actress who played Sandy. It's a surprising real-life connection that few fans of the movie realize existed behind the scenes. Number 5. Elvis Presley was almost part of Grease. During early casting discussions, the filmmakers offered Elvis the role of the mysterious teen angel, the character who appears during the beauty school dropout sequence. At the time, Elvis was still one of the most famous entertainers in the world, and his appearance in the film would have been a massive moment for the production. However, Presley ultimately declined the role. The part eventually went to singer Frankie Avalon, whose theatrical performance became one of the most memorable moments in the movie. But it's fascinating to imagine what Grease might have looked like if the king of rock and roll had appeared instead. Number 4. One of the Pink Ladies was noticeably missing from many of the film's dance scenes. Actress Dinah Manoff, who played the sarcastic and boy-crazy Marty Maraschino, reportedly struggled with the intense choreography required for the film's large musical numbers. Unlike many of the other cast members, Manoff wasn't a trained dancer, and the routines in Grease demanded precise timing and complex movement. As a result, the filmmakers cleverly worked around the problem. In several of the movie's biggest dance sequences, Marty is either placed at the edge of the action or conveniently absent from the choreography altogether. It's a small detail most viewers never notice, but once you know it, you can't help but start spotting it throughout the film. Number 3. Grease wasn't called Grease everywhere in the world. When the film was released in several Spanish-speaking countries, including Mexico and Venezuela, it was given a completely different title. Instead of Grease, audiences there knew the movie as Vaselina. The name was chosen because the word Grease doesn't translate naturally into Spanish in the same cultural context. So distributors adapted the title to something audiences would immediately understand. Interestingly, the alternate name became so popular that the musical and stage productions in Latin America continued using the title Vaselina for years afterward. Number 2. The colorful carnival at the end of Grease wasn't a movie set at all. Instead of building an artificial backdrop, the filmmakers decided to bring in a real traveling carnival for the final scenes. The rides, booths, games, and flashing lights you see throughout the finale were all part of an actual working carnival that the production temporarily rented. Using a real carnival gave the scene a lively, authentic atmosphere that would have been difficult to recreate on a soundstage. It also helped turn the film's ending into one of the most memorable finales in movie musical history. Number 1. One of the most famous songs in Grease almost didn't exist at all. The emotional ballad, Hopelessly Devoted to You, wasn't part of the original production. In fact, the film was already halfway through filming before the song was written. The reason? Olivia Newton-John's contract required that she have a major solo number in the movie. To solve the problem, songwriter John Farrar quickly composed Hopelessly Devoted to You, and the scene was filmed later in the production schedule. The last-minute addition turned out to be a brilliant decision. The song became one of the film's most beloved moments and was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song, proving that sometimes the greatest parts of a movie happen completely by accident. And with moments like that, that, it's easy to see why Grease remains one of the most beloved movie musicals ever made. Grease has been watched by hundreds of millions of people around the world, but most of them had no idea about any of this. A song written at the last minute, a carnival that was completely real, a cast dealing with grief, pain, and fear, all while putting smiles on screen for the rest of us. That's what makes this movie more than just a musical. There's a real human story behind every single scene. If you made it all the way to #1, drop a comment below and tell me which fact surprised you the most. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who loves Grease, because I guarantee they don't know half of what you just learned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. There's a lot more where this came from. I'll see you in the next one.